Guys, welcome back. I think this is going to be my last video update on my husband for now. And what I'm going to do is I will leave updates in my community tab. This way I can get back to my channel and start putting my life in some sort of order again. So the last time I left off, he was in he was in bad shape, but he was a little bit more awake and aware. Well, he had a turn of the worse for the last couple of days, but with a happy thing with it, I guess. Well, if you want to call this happy. In order for him to clear his body of the fluids, which there is a lot, his kidneys were kind of on the border of needing dialysis and not. And the doctor needed him to fit the criteria to receive dialysis. And he got so bad that he did meet that criteria. But on the flip side, they can now do something with him or for him. And that's what they did. They started him on dialysis. And yesterday it was pretty wild. I'm going to show you guys something that I wasn't going to, because right now the situation is totally different. And I'm going to sound really, really bad. Probably my biggest meltdown yet. And you have to understand something. The doctor had just ordered the dialysis. They couldn't even bring him to the dialysis lab. They had to bring dialysis to him because they were certain he was not going to survive the dialysis. And I was beyond beside myself. If you are going to listen to the next segment in this video, I want you to promise me you're going to listen to the after also, because obviously he did not die. But at that time, I made the video because I was so alone in the hospital. I can't even describe what I felt like. It was so bad. So please, again, promise me if you're going to listen to it, listen to after what happened. I'm going to share this with you mostly because there are people who are going to be at some point of their lives in my position, and you may end up like me, like what happened afterwards. So I'm going to play it now, and then I'm going to come back to working on this. Alone here at the hospital. I feel like I feel like I'm staying in the room of a man that's condemned. I'm watching the clock. 3.5 hours. They're doing dialysis. He's not going to make it through dialysis, and I know that. I haven't told anybody. He asked me. He's coming in and out of consciousness. The toxins are clouding his mind. I hate this COVID, because my family would be here. They wouldn't be forced to stay in a public waiting room. So I'm forced to be alone, just watching the love of my life leave, knowing that 3.5 hours. It's not going to make it through the night. I'm not going to be able to be there. Visiting hours, 8 o'clock, out the door, strict. Maybe it's better that I'm not there. He won't know. It's not me I'm scared for, it's my children. I know we'll be okay. Mama will make everything better. Except for this. I can't fix this.
He's blabbering away to whatever entities he sees. He said, tonight or tomorrow morning. I asked him what was tonight or tomorrow morning. He wouldn't tell me. They're changing his PICC line now. Making sure all the tubes are working just in case. And in case, I already know what in case is. I'm struggling with signing papers that say, do not resuscitate. Let it be over for him and pull the Band-Aid out or off. Then I look at him and I say, just one more day. He was a good husband. Is a good husband. Good father. Excellent. I made one right decision. Who to have my children with. He's certainly the rock. They were lucky. A lot of people don't get good daddies. They got a good daddy. And he was a little girl's daddy. I don't know how he would have been with boys. He liked his little princesses. Everyone thought when I was having my third daughter that he wanted a boy. Nope. He was happy with his girls. Didn't mind at all not having a son. I remember looking at his face. He had this stupid grin on his face when my third daughter was born. And people in the delivery room were like laughing, going, oh, you're going to be raising 3 girls. And he didn't care. Not at all. And Nicole, that's his girl. They have a special relationship. When she was sick, he didn't leave her side. He was my rock when I was falling apart. And then there's Brittany, our oldest girl. God. I didn't know what to do with her. I remember just sitting looking at her the first night we had her home. Him blowing on her to make sure she was breathing. So he would blow on her to make her twitch. Just staring at her. And it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and she hadn't woken up to feed yet. And we just looked. And we were like, what do we do now? And I'm like, we're going to figure it out. Didn't come with an instruction manual. And the day I met him, never had those feelings again to any other person. My feet were off the ground the day I saw him. Like I just knew. Like a yin and a yang being put back together. I remember the day he left for college. I thought my world was gonna end. Absolutely. I used to save my lunch money so that I could use it in the phone booth to call him. And we sat on the phone for hours. But I found a phone booth that they would take your quarter and it would return your quarter for whatever reason. So the 3 months that he was away for his first semester of college, I didn't have to spend all that much money on calling because I would just put the same quarter in that fell out. And then the day that he said he wanted to come home, did not want to return to that school, I knew it was because of me. And we were together ever since. He asked me to the prom the first day we met. They did. We didn't even know each other. And he was like, I'm going to take you here. I'm going to take you to this. And we made a list the first day of all the places we wanted to go together. And we never made it to a Beatles fest. We made it to a lot of the other things. But I did go to the prom with him. Alright, they're probably finished. Thank you for listening.
Because his heart is bad, they didn't know if the dialysis was actually going to kill him. So we had a lot of fright yesterday, but luckily he sailed through it very easily. No complications. In fact, they kept telling us, well, it's a new port. It's going to ring off. The alarms are going to go off. That's, normal. And it didn't even ring off once. So they got his blood results this morning, and his blood results showed an improvement, which I would hope, because they took 3,000 cc's of fluid off of him. And the doctor ordered it for today again. Now, what this may do, may not do, I don't know, is take some pressure off his heart and the valves in his heart that are basically blown open because he had so much pressure in there from so much fluid. So this could be a good thing because now the cardiologist, who was basically saying there was nothing he can do because he wouldn't be able to stand any procedures, is now saying that in another week they're going to evaluate him and see if they can do the procedures, which is way better than... Oh. Sorry, I was interrupted. Apparently, they had given my husband a little bit of Ambien to help him sleep, and he was having a good time on his phone. So he's been dialing people. He has no idea what planet he's on, and he's dialing people. So he just woke my father up. He called me too, but he wouldn't talk in the phone, and he's like half asleep, and he's playing on his phone. So I just had the nurse take it away from him like a naughty boy. Oh my God, I'm sitting here in shock. That was my husband on the phone, and he sounded fantastic. He sounded like himself. Strong. He wasn't babbling like he was before. He had no memory of the last 2 days, or only like pictures in his mind of what went on in the last 2 days. Doesn't remember signing papers to do dialysis. He doesn't remember anything like him coming in and out of consciousness. He sounded completely lucid, like normal, and he was said he was having trouble hearing, and that's why I couldn't. It sounded like he was trying to dial me. He wasn't sure what time of the day it was, so he ended up calling my father and my daughter Nicole also. They both got phone calls from him, and then he wouldn't talk, but it was actually the connection of the phone. I cannot believe he sounded fantastic. I can't believe what he sounds like. The nurse said that, I left today, it was getting late when they was starting the procedure. And the nurse said I have to leave because it's hospital rules. They did dialysis until almost 11 o'clock tonight. So I had talked to the nurse, and the nurse said that he did very well. Like today, he was totally out of it. He was talking to the angels. He was saying crazy stuff. It was weird. It was giving my kids the creeps. Why is Daddy talking like this? And all my kids went today. They took shifts. I took the last shift. He just wasn't sounding himself, and they were really upset. And I didn't know if this was permanent or whatever because he's been so out of it. He'll know where he is, and then he'll ask. Today he was asking for cousins that he hasn't seen in years, wanting to know if they were in the hallway because he sees them out the door. That was weird things like that. And he just called me like normal, and was like, what in the earth happened in the last 2 days? Don't even know. Did you give them permission to do this? Did you? What happened? I was like a dreamland that I was talking to him. Like yesterday, I thought he was going to be dead. I didn't think he was going to make it through the shift. And today, he's talking to me. Well, I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm taking advantage of it. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to try to sleep because every day is a different adventure. So, unless something drastic happens, I'm going to do I'm going to do the updates in the community tab, and you'll see it when when you go into your homepage, it comes up. So I'll do a short little note every day, so you'll know if I'm going to be doing a coloring video. But I want to thank everybody for getting me through this. And you have no idea. I'll remember every single one of you that have written to me. Whether I responded to you or not, you're in my head. I know. It only makes me want to be there for you guys even more because you guys are terrific. I've never felt so much love from a community than I have from you guys. And the time of my worst nightmares, you guys were there for me. And I want to say thank you. And with that, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to get some sleep. And maybe start tomorrow fresh. So I will see you in my next video. And it's going to be a coloring one, not a rambling one. Take care. Bye-bye.